Hello and welcome to my world of crochet. My name is Stine and today I'm here with you for another yarn haul video. In fact, I'm here with you for a Pleta order. So I ordered the yarn on a Pleta's website, which is the company that carries the Stenli yarn, which is a lovely Bulgarian quality yarn. And they sent me this big box of Stenli. It's about 5.5 kilos, so that's like 11 pounds, I think, approximately, plus minus. And I got this yarn on a really good price for the Black Friday sales. I've, of course, recorded this video in advance before actually showing it to you guys, so I hope you're okay with that. But given the fact that I received these yarns after the sale had ended, it's not like you're going to miss out on the good deal. Instead, I would recommend you to keep an eye on the website next year on Black Friday, because then more of the yarns will get on sale and normally you will have the opportunity to get a better deal than normally on many of the yarns. As always, we cannot talk yarn without me having my faithful mug of tea here, which today is a black tea. It's a black fair trade tea from, I do believe, Sri Lanka, and it has a flavor of coconut. I really enjoy this. Definitely there is coconut in it. So, and somehow I just feel it went really well with the yarn haul here, because the tea sackage are blue, and there are some blue yarns in here. There are a bunch of yarns that I've never tried before. There's a bunch of yarns I've never felt before. And then there are also some yarns that I have felt before, but in new colorways. And in this box is also a yarn that I'm going to send to a friend who's never tried Stenli before. She might have received it already, and she might have made an unboxing or a live where she's showing it. And that's Amanda of the Scraptastic Crocheter. I will link to her channel here down below. She's a really, really awesome Swedish girl who has a really, really talented skill for this craft. So if you haven't seen any of her videos yet, I'd actually recommend you to check her out. But we're here for the unboxing of this yarn haul, and I have my little knife, and I already removed, they had like a plastic wrapping around to protect it for the shipping. I already removed that because I think that all this crankling noise of taking that off, I save you, and I save also probably like 2 minutes doing it. So in advance, there's no reason for you to hear that on this video. But what I'm doing right now is basically I'm just cutting the taping that's holding this box together so that we can unbox it and go through and talk yarn. Because that's what we do enjoy the most next to our craft, is talking yarn. I love talking yarn. And yeah, just a moment, I'm almost there. So I think I got them all. And what I've done recently, and I think I'm gonna do that again, is that I have taken the camera and let you show how it looks inside the box before I actually start unboxing it. Some of you really like this preview. Then we're gonna see each other again. And yeah, you know that I really like talking yarn, and that's no joke. I really enjoy talking yarn, and I love feeling new yarns. So yeah, let's just grab the camera here and turn you around 160 degrees so you can get a sneak peek into this box. You might get jealous. In that case, I am absolutely sorry. Hopefully I do inspire you, and hopefully I just feed maybe the feeling of doing some window shopping, and you can keep your yarn budget or yarn ban buy or whatever is the reason you might not be buying yarn at the current moment. Regardless, I'm just gonna switch this one around and I'll be back with you just in a minute. Look here, we have a box of yarns, various yarns. We have the packing note, which is good to have. There is further things, many different things. Hanks, cakes. We're gonna enjoy this together for sure. Good, I hope you really like the sneak peek here. For some of all these yarns, I really have an idea of what I wanna make. I did not write it down, so I'm probably not gonna remember later, which is not really good. I did get these Black Friday yarns. One of the reasons I got many of them was because it was really like 20 to 25% discount on yarns that I really very rarely see in discount, if ever. So yeah, I just had to get them, right? Like I had to. Isn't that what you're saying? It's like, oh, what's such a shame. So let's see. And they are packed a little bit differently together here. So I'm just gonna try to take them out. So this is a classic, which is a YarnArt. And it's the YarnArt Unicolor of the YarnArt Flowers. YarnArt Flowers is, it's a 55% cotton and 45% acrylic. They are very similar, if not the same. Actually, I'm inclined to say this is the same yarn, or 99% sure it's the same yarn, as the Hobby Twister yarns, Twister Flowers, or Hobby Friends Wheel. You also have them now, and you also have those in solid colors. They have the same yarn composition. They have the same yardage per weight. So like they're the same weight, they're the same yarn specs. They're both made in Turkey, etc. So I'm like 95% sure they're the same. The only difference is that the YarnArt Unicolors come in 50 gram skeins, where the solid colors for the twisters, they come in cakes and they are double the weight, basically. That's the main difference. And here we have it up in real YarnArt Unicolors. It's a lovely, lovely red, really Christmas red, or mailbox red, I would say. If you're Danish, you would know what I mean with mailbox red. But it's a really nice Christmas red. It feels good, as if you're familiar with the feeling of exactly Hobby Twisters or Hobby Friends Wheel, or the YarnArt Flowers. It's the same as YarnArt Flowers, except it's a solid color. It's a colorway 738. It's made in Turkey. And as I said before, it's 55% cotton, 45% acrylic, 50 grams. So that's 1.75 ounces. Gives you 200 meters of yarn, which is 218 yards. So it's a fine weight yarn. They classify it as a one weight. Personally, I would probably say it's closer to 2 weight. But they recommend 3mm crochet hook. I would probably say 3 to 3.5. And the plan I have for this, because obviously you can see I got multiple of them, is that I want to make a shawl. I do believe that was a shawl. A solid red colored shawl, nothing fancy crazy here. It can be washed at 104 Fahrenheit, so that's 40 degrees Celsius. Can be ironed at low. You can dry clean it, lay flat to dry. Do not tumble dry, do not bleach. You need probably like 10 of these to make a medium sweater should you knit it. I have 6. I'm not making a sweater. As I said, I will be making a shawl. That was at least the original intent of it. And that's pretty much it. It's just very lovely. I have multiple of them already in different colors that I also have shawl plans for. I just need the time to actually do it. And I seem to have too little time or too many ideas. Either or, I'm not really sure which. For these yarn unicolors, I paid €1.16 a piece, and I do believe they're normally more like 160, 170. It was like 25% discount. It was a good price. Then I got some Stenli yarns, and I have a feeling that they were even better discounted, but it's an absolutely new yarn for me to have in my hands, and my first feeling of it feels pretty okay actually. It's a Stenli Poema, and the Stenli Poema here is obviously made by Statex in Bulgaria. I love how this shine going through. So this is lovely bright blue with a shine coming through. And it's a colorway 40. And let's talk about it. So the contents of this yarn, so the breakdowns, is it's 15% viscose, which is like a 3 fiber that's softened down. And then it's 85% acrylics. in this skein, it's a skein, there is 100 grams. So that's 3.5 ounces. And for those, you get 250 meters of yarn. So 250 meters is like 275 yards. I would classify this, it doesn't really actually give us a yarn weight on it, but I would say it's a 3 weight. This is pretty much how it comes up here. So yeah, it's a nice, I would say it's a nice 3 weight. It feels actually pretty okay. I wouldn't say it's super soft. It doesn't smell factory-like. It feels nice. It's not like, yeah, it's nice. Don't iron it, so you can't iron it. You need 500 grams to make a medium-sized sweater. They recommend 4 to 5 millimeter crochet hook. Lay flat to dry. Knitting needles is 4 to 5 millimeters. Hand wash, so no washing machine. I guess I'll find out how that's going to work out. My idea was actually to make a poncho of this. I got 2 in this lighter. I have it, the other one here. I got 2 in this lighter, which is the colorway 40. And then I got some here in this more darker color, which is the exact same yarn specs. And I see it's all nicely wrapped up. So I actually feel really bad if I am to take them out, because right now it's sealed, which means if I open this, it's gonna be a nightmare for me to keep track of. So I actually might do better just keeping it sealed if it's okay with you guys. This is the colorway 96. And it's basically compared to this exact same, except here the sort of shades in this one is this darker teal. And I thought these would go really, really nice together in a poncho. So that's the idea, that I want to make a poncho of this. And I hope you guys are okay with me not packing out this. And it actually does, I think it shows, even though it has the flare of the packing, I do believe it shows up pretty true to color. Yeah. I'm expecting it's feeling the same like this one. I like it. It's nice. Definitely not sad that I got that. Which is, I paid, normally they are €2.55 per skein, and I only paid $1.90. So that's like less than $2 per cake, which is really nice. Or per skein. It's very rarely you can get yarns for like $2 per skein, right? Okay, so what else do we have? We have lots. We have a baby muffin. How did this one end up in my stash? I'm not really sure. But as with all muffins, this one we can easily take out. Really, it's just because this bag is sealed that I'm not taking them out. I hope you're not disappointed about that, and I will promise to show you on camera eventually when I do take them out. So I have here a baby muffin from Stenli, and these lovely orange to more pastel orange to white. I like this one. It's really, really nice. It's a colorway 90, and it's 250 grams acrylic to 1160 meters of yarn. So it's basically like 1300 yards, very close to 1300 yards of 100% acrylics. They are a 3-stranded yarn, so you hold 3 acrylic strands together here to create your working yarn. They say they recommend 2 to 4 millimeter crochet hooks, so 3.5 to 4.5 millimeter knitting needles. Can be washed at 30 degrees, 85 Fahrenheit. Ironed at low, don't tumble dry, don't bleach, can be dry cleaned and lay flat to dry. So yeah, nothing else crazy about that. It's just a baby muffin. The baby muffin here normally is like €7.64. I got it for €5.73. So come on, it's like $6 for all this yarn. It's crazy. So they have some really, really good price. They were also really good prices, as I told you. That was one of the reasons that I decided to get them, right? what else do we have? We have another Stenli yarn that I've never had before, which is a yarn I wasn't sure if I should get or not, and then I decided it looked absolutely gorgeous, so I had to get it. And I got it for sure. I got 4 skeins, or 4 balls, donuts, I would say actually. Got 4 donuts of this London yarn, Stenli London. It's a colorway 77, which is this gorgeous blue. But as you can see, it has sparkles and halo and fuss. And I'm trying to see if I can actually find the English yarn specs for this one. Here it is. Not easy to read though, so I'm trying. So contents is 30% fine wool, 20% cotton, 20% viscose, 20% acrylic, and 10% lurex. It's quite a yarn of everything, basically. These donuts are 50 grams to 120 meters. And apparently they call it a fancy yarn. I would say indeed it's a bit fancy. My idea was a scarf, so like a really small cowl thing. So not one of these long ones or triangle ones, but actually it's more like an infinity version, I think it was, on the pattern. And I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. And I'm not 100% sure if this yarn would work with it. That's what I'm hoping. And if that's the case, it should take about the amount I've gotten. So, and else I will figure out something because it's yarn that I definitely would like to try work with. Let's see if there's anything else. They recommend 5 to 6 millimeter knitting needles. They don't have any crochet hooks listed. But I think due to the fuss here, it's definitely something that requires a little bit thicker needle that you normally would grab. It can be washed at 30 degrees, so 85 Fahrenheit. Don't iron it. Don't bleach it. I do believe it's probably lay flat to dry due to the wool contents in here. So yeah, I got multiple of these, which I'm gonna be working with, of the London. And this London yarn normally is €1.45 and I paid €1.06. Like, for less than $5, I can make a nice cowl. Pretty impressive, isn't it? And what I do notice right now when I'm like holding out is I have a lot of blue in this haul. It's what it is. It's what it is. It's what it is. We have some hanks, some good old-fashioned yarn hanks. And all of these yarn hanks are hanks from yarns that I've never tried before. For me, they are brand new. So I don't know what I'm getting into, but I do know that they're brand new for me. And oh my goodness, this feels awesome. Oh my goodness. I have some hanks from Gazzal. Gazzal. And I have wool and silk. Princess blue. 20% silk, 80% superwash merino wool. Oh, this feels freaking awesome. My goodness. I have to make something for myself here. It's this, I cannot give this one away. This is such a neutral wool. Like, oh my goodness. I am winner, chicken dinner. So let's talk about this Princess Blue. It's 50 gram. It's a 50 gram hank, and I got 3 hanks of them. 3 50 grams hanks, so I have 150 grams in total. 50 grams, again, as I said, 1.75 ounces. So 3.5, 4.5, 5, 25 ounces, basically. And they are 330 meters. So it's a thin yarn. This is a fine weight. It's lace weight. It's a thin yarn. And So basically, so for each 1.75 ounces, you get 360 yards. 360 yards. In this 360 yards, it's like here we have 1,000 meters, more than 1,000 yards combined. 1,100 yards, probably close to. I'm just sitting here and I'm feeling it and I'm like, oh, it feels so nice. I'm so happy with this. This has been a killer of a steal. Also, it's hand dyed. This is hand dyed. Very important to mention. Let's see. Let's read a bit more of these specs also. They claim it's a 0 weight. I would probably just say it's a 1 weight. It's made in Turkey, wool and silk. As there are no dye lots, buying enough yarn at one time to complete each individual project is recommended. Quite fair point. They recommend if you use knitting needles 2 to 2.5 millimeter. So for crochet hooks, they say 1 to 2 millimeter. I would probably maybe crochet hook up a little bit. We'll see. Machine wash, gentle cycle, cold water, do not tumble dry, dry flat, do not use any softness. Can be washed at 30 degrees Celsius, so that's 85 Fahrenheit. Lay flat to dry, can iron the low. That's pretty much what this all says in the back. Wool and silk. So this wool and silk, let's see if I can actually find it. The wool and silk normally costs €6.21 per skein, and I paid €4.66. So that means that for all this, I paid about 13.5, 14 euros. It's nice. It's really, really nice. It feels absolutely awesome. My very first Gazzal wool and silk. Then I got some more hanks. And it's funny that I'm buying all these hanks because I actually don't have a Swift. I do have a yarn winder, but I don't have a Swift. I should probably actually wish for one. Maybe that should be my next. Maybe I should need to wish that. I should wish that maybe for my birthday. Or something like that. So this is the next one. Isn't this gorgeous green? Absolutely love this green. It's absolutely gorgeous. I would call it like an emerald green. This is the Wool Star, also from Gazzal. And it's actually the one they call Kiwi. And yeah, I could call it Kiwi too. Wool Star Kiwi. And they come with all these nice yarn tabs. It's 100% superwash merino fine wool. It has a little bit more wool texture or wool smell than the wool silk, but very soft, very soft. I should probably have gotten an extra and then basically asked for a sweater. Nah, maybe that's for another one. It has 100 grams in a hank. Its colorway is named Kiwi, and 100 grams is 3.5 ounces. And for 100 grams, you get 350 meters, so that's about 382 yards. I also got 3 of these, actually. So I have 3 hanks of these. So again, the original idea was a shawl. I can absolutely also see a good nice shawl of this, by the way. And sometimes I'm wondering if I should maybe have gotten extra for a sweater. I'm not sure if it would work. It could maybe work. It's really, really nice. I really like this. So I'm going to see if I can find it. It's Wool Star. They are €8.68 per skein, and I paid €6.50. So again, this is like 18, 19 and a half euros, so almost 20 euros for these 4, which is really still a killer stiller of a deal. I really also like these small tabs. Produced in Turkey, again, as it's a Gazzal yarn. Gazzal has some really nice yarns. Then I have the last hanks that I ordered. which is more hand dyed. I'm not sure actually if these are hand dyed. It doesn't say, it just says the same. There's no dye lot colors. Super fine weight yarn. We didn't talk about specs, we just touched it, didn't we? It's classified as a 1 weight. I would probably say it's a bit closer to 2 weight. They recommend 3 to 3.5 millimeter crochet hooks or 3.5 to 4 millimeter knitting needles. Machine wash at 85 degrees Fahrenheit or 30 degrees Celsius. Gentle, cold water. Do not tumble dry. Dry flat. Do not use softness. So just regular little bit of soap if you are going to machine wash it. Lay flat to dry. Iron it low. Yeah. So I got it, but it did not say hand dry. I do believe these are hand dyed. Next ones I have, which is also a Gazzal, and they are also in hanks. So these are the last hanks that I am presenting for you today. And again, this is some of the yarns that I really did not know what to expect from because I've never had it before. They're definitely thicker than some of the others I've had, and it's the Gazzal Unicorn, and they are hand painted, so it's hand dyed yarn. And it's 100% superwash merino wool. You get, for 100 grams, you get 700, let's try again. 100 grams, so 3.5 ounces per these hanks. And you get 179 yards, no, meters, which is 215 yards. So 197 meters, 215 yards. This is definitely more wool than the rest. Kind of feeling. It's 100% superwash merino wool. And it doesn't really list a colorway, but they recommend to wash after it's been worked up. Can be washed at 30 degrees or 85 Fahrenheit. They recommend knitting needles of 6 millimeters, crochet hook 3 to 5 millimeters. Do not bleach, do not dry in the dryer, do not use softener. Iron it low, lay flat to dry. Oeko-Tex brand at 100, of course, so test against harmful substances. And they also recommend to buy enough skeins for your whole project. And it's made in Turkey, so it's a Gazzal Unicorn. And this is the one they name, I do believe it's the colorway 1352. I did get a few. This is the only one I got in this color. Then I got one in this one, so they are the same yarn specs. They would work really nicely together. And then I got these two, which I think is absolutely freaking gorgeous. And here in hindsight, I'm wondering if I should have instead just gotten more of these two. But I still think all these can be worked up together to make some sort of nice project, a shawl or something like that. I really like them. They are unicorn. They were €8.46 per piece, and I paid €6.34 for them. That's pretty nice. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. This I really, this is hot. Really nice. And they're not itchy for wool at all. Wow. It's probably also enough if you want to make, if you would take one and make a hat. Very unique hat it could be. I wasn't actually planning on making hats from it, but maybe, I don't know. Because right now when I'm sitting with it, I'm not 100% sure if my original plan would actually work out. At least so, not right here, right then. We will have to see, won't we? I do have a few cakes left, and they are the Stenli cakes, and that's pretty much this order wrapped up. I do have a few cakes left. Let's take a look at this one, which is another baby muffin in black, red, pink. I'm not sure if I'd realized it was pink. I thought it was just more like a lighter red, but well, pink is theoretically lightweight. Red mixed with a lot of white, right? So it is a lighter red. I still think it's gorgeous, but I've not expected that much pink, I guess. Because it looks a lot less here on the top. Again, this is the same yarn specs as this one. So it's 250 grams of 100% acrylic to 1160 meters of yarn. This is the colorways 630. And they recommend crochet hooks of 2 to 4 millimeters. Knitting needles 3.5 to 4.5 millimeters. And 30 degrees can be washed at. Iron at low, lay flat to dry, and it can be dry cleaned. Do not tumble dry, do not bleach. I do apologize about the background noise. The neighbors are still refurnishing, which causes some background noise with products being delivered and dropped and trucks driving by and so on. So I had to break this yarn haul up into a few takes because else you would barely be able to hear what I'm saying. Of course, it's luckily just a temporary time because once they all finished and done, my street will go back to being nice and calm. I'm quite lucky with the location I'm living, even though that I'm living in a building area. It's still reasonably silent compared to many. The next one I have is a Stenli Souffle, and it's this lovely purple, but it is purple, pink, white, so it is a bit girly, and I do apologize for stereotyping those colors. It feels really nice, and it's opposed to the muffins. This one is a one-stranded cake. So you're just having one strand you're working with. Let's talk about yarn contents here. It's 85% cotton and 15% polyester. It's 280 grams to 900 meters of yarn. So that's, let's see, that's almost 5 ounces, pretty close, to 900 meters of yarn, which is 980 to 990 yards, somewhere in between. They recommend 1 to 3 millimeter crochet hook. They classify it as a fine weight yarn, or 3 to 3.5 millimeter knitting needles. Can be iron at low. Wash at 85 degrees Fahrenheit or 30 degrees Celsius. Lay flat to dry. Don't tumble dry. Don't bleach, and it can be dry cleaned. It's a colorway 362, and the souffle is normally €9.59, and I paid €7.20 for it. So it's still a really, really good price for this lovely cake. Then I have a Merino Cake 1000, which is in this lovely bag. And normally I sort of prefer not having to go into the bag, but I will do because it just makes it easier to see. This one is really, really wrapped up, I have to say. So I am breaking this, and I won't be able to rebag it, and that's just too bad. Eventually had to get out, right? The Merino Cake 1000 is, I do believe, 100%. No, it's 50% Australian baby merino and 50% fine acrylic fibers. It's 300 grams to 1,000 meters. So again, 5.25 ounces to close to, like, it's 1,093 yards, I believe. And these black to gray to white. Again, this is shawl material. At least that's the plans I have for it. You can see the colorway changing better here, where it goes black to a darker gray to a lighter gray to white. They recommend 2.5 to 4 millimeter crochet hooks or 4 to 5 millimeter knitting needles. Can be ironed at low, wash at 30 degrees, so 85 Fahrenheit, lay flat to dry, can be dry cleaned, do not tumble dry, do not bleach. Again, it's a Stenli produced yarn, the Merino Cake 1000, and it's a colorway 527. I think that's nice. I do have a few other of these merino cakes, and they really feel really nice. They generally feel nice, so it's something which is nice for, I would say, a woolen cake. Then I have a tweed cake, and it's the biggest cake this time around. And I actually honestly thought when I made this hobby order that I wouldn't have such a big box. And it's also not as full as what I've seen them pack them. But this is my tweed cake. I love red. And we're starting with a darker red that goes to a brighter red. So this was actually a no-brainer. It's just a cake I had to have. This is the other end of it. They do have center pulls. And these come with a handwritten label. Let's see, it's a muffin tweed, and it's a colorway, I do believe it's a colorway 10. Muffin tweed is a 550 grams of yarn. So this is like half a kilo, more than half a kilo. So it's a good pound. It's 1160 meters, which is like 1300 yards, damn close at least. It's 10% merino, 75% acrylic, and 15% silk. And it does smell a little bit wool, but it does feel really nice. And I think the tweed colors here it's tweedy, and yet it's not shockingly. It is a thicker yarn compared to many of them. There isn't a lot of other explanations here, but we are talking about, let's see, it's a 4-stranded yarn we have here that we are going to be working with. It's a 4-stranded yarn that you hold together to create your yarn. And yeah, again, one big shawl is probably what it could become. And yeah, the muffin tweed is, again, just one more of the many interesting cakes. Then I have, let's see, it's a candy. I have two of the same, so I'm actually just gonna take one of them out and let the other one stay in the bag. It seems a waste, at least, to take them both out and then to pack them both in again, because they are both gonna end up being wrapped back up. The Stenli candy, isn't this gorgeous? We're going from this magenta pinkish red to these more like peachy colors. I think it's absolutely super gorgeous. It's also woven together to 1-strand yarn already, and it's 100% soft cotton. It's 280 grams to 900 meters. So it's similar to the souffle weight and lengthwise. It's a colorway 749 candy, and it's classified as a 2-weight fine. They recommend a 0 to 2 millimeter crochet hook. I would probably crochet hook up a little bit, at least to 2.5, 3, maybe 3.25. They recommend 3 to 4 millimeter knitting needles, can be washed at 30 degrees Celsius, so 85 Fahrenheit, iron at low, lay flat to dry, can be dry cleaned, do not tumble dry, do not bleach. And I think it's just gorgeous, and it is a soft feeling cotton. It really is. I have 2 of them. I think they're gorgeous, and they come with these centerfold tabs, which are small hearts. And I got this because I think it seemed like a new colorway, the heart of the candy, and I think it was an awesome color combination. It was the absolute lucky choice of getting these. And the same goes for these. I'll just unpack one because that seems logic. And the candy cake is normally €10, 22 a piece, and I got them for 25% discount. This is a colorway 1816, purple to magenta-ish, pink purple to a lighter purple to a lovely, lovely teal, light teal. These colors are favorite colors of Amanda. And actually the fun thing is I made this order before I decided I wanted to send her some yarn that she hasn't tried before. So this is happy mail from me to her. And she's gonna get one of these. It's going to Amanda. And as I said, when you're watching this video, she might already have unboxed it and shown it to you guys, which is absolutely cool. But yeah, I think this is absolutely gorgeous and it feels nice, and I know she will be really happy for it and she will make something absolutely stunning from it. There's zero discussion. I do have a few other things that I'm sending to her as well that I'm sure she will enjoy. But this one is kind of special. So just shoot out to her, and if you haven't friended her yet or seen some of her videos, I really recommend you to go have a watch. And I'm personally looking forward to what she's making from the yarns that I'm sending her, because I hope she will definitely share me the projects that she finished, and where they're going and where the destination is not super important. I just want to see what creative skills she can make from it. Who knows, maybe she makes something and I'm like, before I start using mine, I'm like, oh, that's amazing. And then maybe she inspires me, I know. So that's basically pretty much this yarn haul for now. This was the same specs as the other one, 100% soft cotton. It was an absolutely pleasure and joy unboxing with you this Black Friday haul. And they actually sent me this thank you note with a discount for my next purchase, as long as I do it before a specific date. I will keep that a little bit laying because I might actually use it. Probably shouldn't though. I'm not sure. It's tempting. It's tempting. And that's because I really love Stenli yarns and I can swim in all their opportunities. Yeah, let's wrap up this because it has become a quite longer yarn haul than I expected it to be. I will pack my yarns down together and find a good location for them. They will probably be in the box for a bit. But I do have room in this box, so that's a good thing. But yeah, hey, take care until I see you all again, and stay tuned for my next video. And if you haven't done yet, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the thumbs up. And let me know actually in the comments down below, which yarn do you like the most? Let me know. Take care and happy crafting.